Hello and welcome to the daily discussion with the Vetter platform. Today we have a great show lined up for you. We're going to be talking about Bit Rivals, which we're actually going to be doing an AMA with them in our main Telegram group later this evening. We're going to be giving some credit and kudos to Mr. Gordon Gecko, a fantastic scout who's been providing some fantastic projects. He had another successful launch over the weekend, and we're going to dive into the platform and looking at some new concepts and some interesting innovations. So my name is Ryan. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation today. This is with the Vetter platform. This is a daily discussion, and we host these sessions 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Now, whether you are brand spanking new to our community or you've been here for since the inception, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the community. This is an interactive call. So if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand. I'll unmute you and you can chat it up, or you can drop your questions in the comment section and we can communicate that way. So with that being said, if you're watching this right now and you don't know anything about Vetter, you don't know what Vetter is and why we're doing these calls and anything like that, I invite you to visit vetter.ai. There you can learn about what the Vetter community is all about and what the vision and mission of this project is all about. Now, today I'm going to show you how best to utilize, hands down, the best research tool in the crypto space, which is the Vetter platform, to help you find your next 2x, 5x, 10x, and beyond. Now, I must say, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Anything we talk about today is not financial advice, but rather, this is the whole purpose is to show you and support you in utilizing this research tool. Now, on that note, someone asked me one time, Ryan, hey, show me what the next project is going to do a 2x. Show me where the 10x is. And again, this is a tool. This is a platform. This is a research tool. This is not a crystal ball. Okay, it's not a crystal ball. Okay, the whole purpose of this is to support you in finding projects that work for you, your type of strategy and your type of launches. Okay, that's what this platform is all about. Now, before we jump into some announcements, before we jump into the platform, let me tell you a little bit more about myself. My name is Ryan. Been part of the Vetter community since early October, and just been so thankful to be here. One of the things that I really like, there's two things that come to mind that I really like. And I always say this part. I always say I like the crowdsourced intelligence, CI. Okay, you may be familiar with AI, artificial intelligence, but what's awesome about the Vetter platform and Vetter community is CI, which is crowdsourced intelligence. And you're going to see what that's like today here in a moment, okay? The reason I like this is, it creates leverage. Okay, leverage is the ability to do more with less. Leverage is the ability to do more with less. If you try to go outside and pick up your car, you might have a challenge doing that. But if you were to get the jack out and stick the jack underneath the car and jack it up, the car moves with relative ease. Why? Because of leverage. See, a jack is a tool. Okay, the jack is a form of leverage. It allows you to do less. It allows you to do more with less. It allows you to save yourself time and energy. And you can also shorten your learning curve by learning, communicating, and collaborating with others. That is one of the things I love about the Vetter community. The other thing is the whole vision and mission of what we do at Vetter is to support token holders. Okay, everything we do is in place to support the house and support those who hold Vetter tokens. And all the things that we have talked about doing, we've done. The things that we've envisioned, the things that we've created since October. There was a goal, there was an objective, and it's been accomplished. And not just stopping there, but moving on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And it's just been such a blessing for me and my family to be a part of this community and to be learning and growing and impacting lives all over the world. So go ahead and drop in the chat what your favorite part about the Vetter community is. If you, like I said, if you've been here, just for a day, or you've been here for months, go ahead and type in the chat what you love most about the Vetter community. And as you're typing that in, I'm just going to go over a couple of announcements. like I said in the beginning, tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be doing the AMA in Telegram with Bit Rivals. Okay. And we'll go into Bit Rivals a little bit here in a minute. We'll jump on the calendar. We'll pull up the project and you can see why this project is exciting. Okay. But this project is really cool from a gaming perspective. And we'll be able to answer some questions here that can support you in hopping on the AMA this evening. Okay. This looks like a really, really cool project to be a part of. Next up, I want to give a huge shout out and congrats to Gordon Gecko. Now, this obviously says he was Scout of the Week, March 28th through April 3rd, and he was. It's almost, about 3 weeks ago. But one of the things, and you've heard me talk about this, the last 2 weeks, I've really been watching Gordon Gecko. I've been watching the things that he's been posting, and you've heard me say this before. He's very much about consistency. He's very much about quality over quantity. And I just wanted to give him a shout out because he's been posting some good projects that I've been watching, and you've been able to get some profit, whether it be, initial profit at the launch of, 1.5x or 1.4x or some other projects over the months. And I think some of them did a 7x, 8x, some really good projects. And so I just want to give some kudos to him. And I'll show you another project that we talked about last week. And I know a lot of community members got involved in it, and Better Trading Club did as well. And it's doing great, called Crow Market. And again, I want to give Gordon Gecko some kudos because he's been doing a rock star job. And last but not least, we're expanding the team, the live content creation team. And so if you are in a place where, you enjoy public speaking, or you enjoy hosting live calls like this, or presenting, or, even if you've hosted like a podcast or something like that, I'd love to, connect with you. If you believe in, the vision of Better and where we're going, and you enjoy teaching and supporting others, man, we got to connect. And if you have, positive vibes and you're energetic and charismatic, this would be a really good fit for you. So I invite you to connect with Phyllis at PCS 100X and connect with her either on Discord or in Telegram, and she'll get you plugged in and see, if this is a good fit for you. The whole vision of this is to create valuable content for the community, to support people wherever they are in their Better process, in their crypto process, and helping them get from point A to point B. And whether that's learning how to set up their wallet, or even further of what to look at when you get into projects, or even how to access a dApp, anything and everything in between. That's what we do with this group. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull up the calendar here, and I wanted to go over. This is what I want to go over: Crow Market. So let me pull up Crow Market. And this is a project that's, like I said, Gordon Gecko. He scouted and vetted. And as you know, if you've been following the last couple of weeks, we talked about this last week, and there were conversations around, how do we get Crow? And, yesterday we were talking about, how do you swap? And, every time you get to a new network, as in, Bitcoin's a network, and Ethereum's a network, and Binance is a network, and Kronos is a network. So every time you get a new network, there's going to be different experiences. Okay, so let me just go to the calendar and show you what I mean by that. So, every time there's going to be different experiences. Now, what you're going to find is the general theme and idea is very much the same. Okay, so for example, you got like Pancake Swap for Binance. And then for Ethereum, you have like Uniswap. Okay, and then for Kronos, the new one that we all learned was Finance, which is like, as we talked about yesterday, MM stands for Mad Meerkat. And so, it's similar functionalities, okay, but it's for it's for their own network, just like, BSC Scan and, Chrono Scan. And I don't know if it's called like Ethereum Scan, but you get what I'm saying. There's these similarities between it, but there's some little differences, okay? And so when you know the basics, it all kind of makes sense, and all you just need to know is how to ask the right questions. Now, sometimes you run into an obstacle where, let's say you have a lot of BNB, and you're like, well, how in the world do I switch that to Kronos? And so there were a lot of conversations happening over the weekend for people who wanted to get in this project. And, these are some of the things that we learned, and that was the beauty of being able to connect and collaborate with other people and share ideas. And each time that something like this happens, we are stronger as a group and as a community. Okay, so Chrome Market. So I wanted to bring this project up again just because the project is doing fantastic. It launched on Sunday, and its high was right up here at a close to a 3x. Okay, we're talking 4% away from a 3x, which is phenomenal, fantastic. Okay, you're also receiving USDC rewards, and you're also receiving rewards in their native token, CM, which is Chrome Market. Okay, so great project. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I know a lot of people got involved in that, but I also wanted to encourage you to go over. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, but go over and go vote for Gecko. Okay, I want the community to recognize how big of an asset he is to the community. He posts projects that a lot of people can be involved with. He posts projects that are quality. And this is not to say that other people don't, okay? I'm not saying that at all. But what you're definitely going to see me doing this week and other members of the daily discussion call, we're really going to be highlighting members of the community and sharing why we like them and for the reasons. And why sometimes a beige rank is just as good or better than a purple, okay? And so that's why I just want to plant that seed. Gordon Gecko does a great job, and this is not to give him a big head or create any pressure for him, because that's not the purpose. But I just want to make sure that he gets recognized for the contributions that he's been doing, and know that there's going to be a lot of other people getting recognized as well for their contributions and the things that they've been doing. So go ahead and check his profile out. Check out this project, and also when you see this little icon right here, you can click the little head and it takes you to their profile. Okay, and you can see that he's done 17 projects. Okay, 17 projects, and when you scroll down, you can actually see the projects that have been launched. Okay, and so some of these projects that he actually scouted himself, and some of these projects he actually did vettings on. Okay, some of them he did both. Okay, but you can actually check out the projects that he's been a part of, and offer him votes that way as well. And so one of the things I appreciate about Gordon Gecko is he posts certain projects that the majority of the community can get involved in, and that's awesome because that really helps the community. And also, I would get the idea that he's not all about going out there and asking for votes, and because his rank, let me say it this way, he cares more about great projects, bringing great projects to the community than what his rank is, and therefore I'm giving him a shout out today, so we get some more votes, and this can support him in finding more great projects. So with that, I did want to briefly talk about Bit Rivals, because like I said, the AMA is going to be this evening. And so I did want to talk about that. So we're going to cover Bit Rivals. And I also want to talk about another project called Salary Mining. And I reached out to a couple people in the community last night. I found that project last night and just started getting some eyeballs on it and get some opinions on it. But I'm going to open up this conversation today, and we'll just have a group chat on what we like about this project, what we dislike about the project, and possibilities. Okay. So first off, Bit Rivals. One of the things that stood out, Brink 36. If you know Brink, he does very, very, very detailed vettings, lots of information, and dives really deep. And so when he likes a project, okay, that is definitely something to keep in mind. Okay, so when you see Brink doing a vetting or scouting, and you see positives, and you see minimal red flags, that is something to definitely pay attention to, because like I said, the vettings that he does are super, super, super deep. Okay, so we're talking to Kevin 9 last night. Kevin 9, he's also a fantastic vetter and scout. And one of the things that he really liked about this project was the team. Okay, and so the thing that stood out most to Kevin about this project was a team and their organization and just how they have everything together. And when you look at the website, right away you get this really cool feel like, okay, there's a lot of intentionality behind that has gone behind the design of this website. Some good partners. We got StarTech Audit, which is great. Okay, so what is BitRivals? It's a platform built for gamers and crypto enthusiasts, bringing together the best parts of play to win and play to earn games in a single platform with the help of the Rival token. Earn rewards simply by playing your favorite games, competing in tournaments, or diving into our metaverse by minting your own NFTs and etching your rival hero's name in history. With our platform, the choice is yours. Okay, so what I like about this is my wife and I were talking about this last night about these reward type tokens and you being able to receive benefits from a variety of ways. Okay, so some tokens you automatically receive, whether it be redistribution or royalties or reflections or whatever term they want to use. Like for this one, for example, rewards are in USDC and their native token, CM. And with this project, something similar. So the way they're working this is you get to play games. So games that you may already play. And, I do play games and a lot of these are familiar. And, to see this, it's like, wow, okay, this is like real stuff, the design is pretty cool. And so to think that people are already playing these games, they're already having fun with their friends and hanging out and playing games, and now they can earn crypto. So it's almost like a bridge, bridging community of gamers who are already doing their thing and bringing them on board to the crypto space. But the fact that it's compatible games, I think that's really cool. I've seen other projects that kind of wanted to create like a gaming hub, and they didn't really have any anything to offer really. And this project already has compatibility with some really popular games, which is really cool. The team, like Kevin and Brink both said, they were just really impressed with the team overall, and that's what stood out to Kevin. Let's go ahead and take a look at their Telegram. Okay, so 9,400 members. Okay, that's a great number. I've seen some other projects that had a lot of FaceTime, a lot of excitement, and they're sitting at 30,000, 40,000, 100,000 members in Telegram. And it's confusing because it's like, wow, this looks like a lot of great things happening, except when launch happens, like none of them are buying. And so to see this number is great because this is more likely, real people, more so than a group that has, 30,000 people. So those are some of the things that, right off the bat that I picked up on. I actually will not be on the AMA tonight. I'll get to catch the replay. But I just want to plant some seeds on, why K9 or Kevin 9 and Brink are excited about this project and why, the Better community is excited to host them on the AMA tonight. So I believe, let's see here. Yeah, so there's plenty of time. This is another great thing about this project. The pre-sale is the 28th. Okay, so the pre-sale is about 9 days away, which gives you plenty of opportunity to take a look at the project yourself. Okay, so a lot of the checks have been done. A lot of the checks and balances have been done with the scout, with these three vetters, with the AMA tonight. To even be on an AMA with vetter, there's some checks and balances and things that get to be in place for that to happen. So now it comes down to, does this particular project fit with your personal risk tolerance or fit with your own strategy? And so, now you have 9 days to watch and see what you want to see, to ask questions in, the AMA this evening, to ask questions in their Telegram group. There's plenty of time. And I say that not as a means of like, wait. I say that in a means of like, you have plenty of time to know whether or not this is a project you want to dig into and be a part of. And that's good. There's no rush. Okay. So make sure that you use every bit of that time to see if this is a good project you want to be a part of. I like it a lot. I'm definitely going to participate. One of the things here I just noticed, so Paul scouted or vetted this a little over a month and a week ago. Okay, so about 5 weeks. And at the time of that was 1,800 members in Telegram. And now there are 9,400. So great growth in Telegram. Let's see when Kevin had, on the 18th, so literally a month ago, 30 days ago, 3,200. Okay, so from the difference between 10 days, 8 days, it basically almost doubled. I guess not quite doubled, just 1,200. And then let's see when this vetting happened. This happened on, this was one of the original vettings. This was early on. Okay, so this vetting happened first, and then it was Brink, and then it was Kevin 9. And the way you can see this is these dates right here. Okay, you can see that this was a date that this was posted. This vetting was posted. Okay, so the original project was posted in January. Okay, and then Brink and Kevin got a hold of it, 3/10 and 3/18. Okay, and each of them are going to have their own, thoughts. Right here, Kevin's given kudos to Brink. Brink did a very thorough vetting of this team and project. Definitely read through that first. And then, Kevin's basically saying, I added some additional details. Okay. So I would invite you to go ahead and put this project on your radar as a means of research. This is a good project to see, like, okay, what does it look like for the scout to provide this information? What does it look like for Brink to provide his vetting? What are some of the things that stand out to you? What are some of the concerns that stand out to you? And document the process. Watch the Telegram growth from this point on. It's been growing pretty good in the last 30 days, 40 days, and up to 9,400 now. So watch that. See how the group is handling the growth. Are they answering people's questions, or a lot of people coming in? It's just spam and random. Get a good feel for that stuff. And this can allow you to see how this group is handling and managing their Telegram, which can offer perspective for other projects. Like, okay, so Bit Rivals handles it this way when people are coming in and growing at a massive rate. And you can see another Telegram group where there's like nobody. And right away you can get a feel and a pulse for that community. Okay. So just wanted to throw that out there, plant that seed for you guys. Again, the AMA is going to be this evening at 5 p.m. Eastern in the large main Telegram group for Vetter. Okay. Anybody have any questions or comments or feedback on Bit Rivals, or anything that you want to bring up or look at for this project before we move on to another one? Feel free to raise your hand or drop it in the comments. Okay, so a project that I found last night. I was just looking for some projects, and so I posted it unranked until I felt pretty good about the project. I thought today we could have a discussion, crowdsourced discussion on this project. Okay, so this project is called Salary Mining, and if anybody wants to add any thoughts or feedback or anything, I'm going to drop the link in chat. And free to bring up anything you want to discuss on the project, but I'll start going through what caught my attention about this project. Okay. So the first thing I did, I went to the website, and website looks okay. I mean, nothing fancy. I mean, this could be a pretty simple template to create. Nothing extraordinary about it. I do like the fact that they have a logo, and I like the color scheme. I mean, it looks good. Like it's congruent. It looks good. Now, I did like the fact that they had, pictures of the team. However, just the name and title doesn't really do much for me. I mean, they look like nice enough guys, but the name and the title doesn't do much for me. I'd like to see some socials. I'd like to see okay, are these people real? Who, I mean, yes, it's this guy, but who is this guy really? Let's see some socials, not like a Telegram social, but what about their Twitter? What about LinkedIn? What about Instagram? What about Facebook? Who are these people really? And then see if that content's real. Okay. So that's what I look for first right away. So I don't even care what the project is at this point. Okay. I'm looking at the website and just to see if I can get a feel for the project as a whole. How does it feel for me? Okay. And if I like the way it feels and there's some team information, okay, now I'm going to check out the Telegram. Okay, I'm going to check out the Telegram, see what we can see here. Actually, I'm already in it. Let's see here. Right here. Yes, I'm already in the Telegram. Okay, so they have 822 members. Okay, that's not huge. That's not huge. So my thought is, okay, well, are they at least active? Okay, there's a handful of messages coming in. But I joined this last night, and you'll see Brink is in here. I brought this project up to Brink, and so he's been taking a look at it. I've been taking a look at it last night, and I brought it up to some other people as well. And so the more I started digging into the project, some things started to click. Initially, like I said, when I'm in this phase, I don't necessarily care what the utility is or what the APY is. I just want to know, does it have the things that I'm looking for? Does it have the key components that I think are important for me personally to look at a project? Okay. And so once I realize it does, then I start digging into, okay, so what is this project? And so I start digging into, okay, what's really going on here? What are they trying to do? What is their goal? Okay. Excuse me. And what I realized with this project, so what I do is I'll go into chat and I'll say, okay, let me know if I have it correct. And I type out what I believe the project's purpose and function is. Okay, so once I figure out everything, once I feel like I've connected the dots, I then ask them, and that's the starting beginning of seeing the communication in their chat. Are they responsive? How quickly do they respond? Are they actually going to answer my question? Okay, so if I care about the project, now I start tearing the project apart. Okay, let me make sure it makes sense in my mind. Okay, and so what this project is doing, they had a project originally. Let me see if I can find it. So they had a project originally called SLR. Okay, SLR. And they launched back in November. Okay, let me click this right here. And let's see. Is this the... Okay, so here's their other Telegram. Okay, so their original project V1 launched in November. Okay, this is their actual the original community. So longevity, and let's see if we can find a chart. Okay, so this is V2. Let's see if we can find V1. Okay, V1 did really well. When I said really well, had a massive. Here we go. I think it did like maybe like a 10x or something, maybe more on V1. Okay, so another thing that I'm looking for is I'm looking for a team that has experience. Okay, both in and out of the crypto space. What kind of experience do they have? You know, what kind of experience do they have before, you know, they were in crypto? What kind of experience do they have now that they've been in crypto? You know, what project did they launch? Okay, so here's a project. I'm not going to actually find the pre-sale price. We're just going to go and take the low and bring it up. Okay, so it looks like they did about a 17x. Okay, not too shabby. Okay, that was back in November. You know, market conditions are a little bit different today, but 17x. Okay, and you can see like the project started to just kind of fade away and die off. Okay, so my question is, I wonder why this happened. Okay, one of the things Mike, Robin, and Jeremy have always said, projects tend to die after 90 days because they've burned through their marketing. They just spend so much money on ads and things like that, and the project just dies because when you run marketing, the price of the project may go up, but sometimes you're not actually bringing in revenue, which means you can't continue to bring in more money to pay for more marketing. Okay, and so that's why the better ecosystem, why we're creating, solves that problem. Okay. And if you're wondering why I'm bringing all this up, I'm creating in my mind, this is how I understood what this project is doing, okay? So it looks like they had a great launch. It was a rewards type token. And it looks like it started to fade out. And all of a sudden, you know, this happened. It's like, hey, what's this? You know, well, they switched over to a V2, version 2. Okay, they made some changes to the smart contract because of what they want to create with this additional token. Okay, so stay with me. SLR was V1. They now have an SLR V2. SLR V2 launched probably about maybe about a month ago, maybe less. Let's see. See here. Okay, so here is V2. And so what they try to do is they had a loyal community. They try to make sure everybody either migrated their tokens over or they got made sure everybody was taken care of. Okay, and so here is V2. Okay, this is where we are right now. Okay, so this is V2. So what's going on with this project is salary mining. What they're doing is they are getting helium miners. Okay, they're getting helium miners to mine helium. That's another network. Okay, they already have the miners here. Okay, so let me just show.
Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're well.
Okay, so they have the miners. Okay, they already have a community behind them. They have the miners, and what their plan is. Let's see if I can doodle here. Okay, let's see if I can doodle with this. I know there's some option in Zoom where I can draw on the screen, but I don't see it. So what I'm going to do instead is I'll just use like Notepad, and I'll just draw over here. Okay. So what they're doing is the SLRM, which is the token that we're talking about. SLRM, that gives you access to the miners. Okay, so SLRM, okay, gives access to helium, I think it's HNT, miners. Okay, so you buy this token, and it gives you access to this, okay? This right here, the helium that's mined goes back into buying SLR token. Okay, this is V2. Okay, so you buy this token. It gives you access to receive the benefits of mining helium. And then you are paid in SLR. And SLR produces USDC. Let me pull up the chat to make sure that I am saying that right. Okay, so you buy SLRM token, which gives you access to the miners. Okay, the mining tokens are then used to buy SLR tokens and paid to SLRM holders. Okay, that's what we said here. This gives you access to this. The tokens that are mined pay by SLR tokens, which is then paid to the holders. Okay, so you hold this and you get these tokens. Okay, these tokens also produce USDC rewards. Okay, so here's the official explanation I got from the team. The SLRM tax is 10% buy sell. 5% will go directly to the farm wallet to buy more equipment and expand to other countries. 85% of the HNTs mined will be sold and buy back SLR, which 10% tax, and then redistribute all the SLR to the holders. 5% will buy back SLR and SLRM and burn, and 10% to go back and buy more equipment. The reason I went through that elaborate explanation is because the way I see this in my mind is in the question that I had for the group today. And feel free to raise your hand, feel free to join voice or hop in the chat. But the way I see this is they're attempting to create a self-sustaining ecosystem where the miners are producing tokens, which are then sold and buy this, which means it creates a consistent stream of buys for SLR token, which is then given to people who hold this token and also pays out USDC rewards. Okay, which means if you're familiar with what a rebase token is, like I think it's a negative rebase where the chart always goes up and to the right. And so it looks good, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're making money when the chart grows. What I see with this is in a similar way, there's buys always going to be happening from the mining. Okay, they mine this token, they sell the token, or swap the token rather for SLR, and then pay the holders. Okay, so we all hold this token, we receive SLR, and then as a result of receiving SLR, we also receive USDC. Okay, but this part never stops. The mining continues, and because they have plans to continue to reinvest, 10% to buy more equipment. Right here, 10% tax. Buy sell, 5% will go directly to the farm wallet to buy more equipment and expand to other countries. Okay, so in my mind, I look at this and I say, wow, like, okay, one of the big challenges that projects have, they run out of marketing money. Okay, because they spend all the money on marketing, but it doesn't bring in any revenue. In this instance, they're basically creating buys that just keep coming in. At least this is the way I'm seeing this. If you see it differently, the floor is yours, and let's have a discussion. Let's talk about the pros and cons of this. But what I'm seeing is the potential for a self-sustaining ecosystem where the miners keep producing HNT, they sell that, they buy SLR, which increases the value of SLR, and it's distributed to the holders of SLRM. And so it's like you could literally you could literally get in and either, ride it out for however long you want, or, rip FT and make sure you keep the free tokens in there, because now this system is generating tokens. The system is generating SLR. And as a result of you holding that, you're also getting USDC. So like I said, I know I've said this like the third time in a row, but like in my mind, it seems like a pretty legit process to create sustainable buys coming in, consistent buys coming in, that doesn't necessarily cost money. I mean, obviously some of the money gets to go, some of the profits get to go to pay for, the electricity or whatever the expenses are with that aspect of it. But like once that's covered, it just seems like a means of, tokens being generated, not these tokens, but like this token up here being generated, but it's now bought. Okay. And there's, burn wallets and things happening like that. So anybody curious about this project? Anybody say, hey, there's no way this is possible? Anybody think that this is a great idea, a horrible idea? I would genuinely like to have your thoughts, because, I can be skeptical, but I'm also, my general nature is optimism. So when I see a team who is already launched a previous successful project, when I see a team who is not afraid to be on video, when I see these things, I'm like, okay, hey, they're creating something good. So, my optimistic nature is like, well, hey, this seems like to make sense. This could work. So, what is your thought on that? So Aaron asked, are they hosting the miners? Yeah. So, I get, Aaron, that's something I could ask specifically. Brink had a similar question about where will the miners be hosted. So, they've bought all these miners. I hope you guys can see that good. And so, I don't know where they're going to be hosted, but it sounds like that's a question worth asking. So let me see if that question has been asked in their chat. Okay, let me just ask. If anybody wants to unmute and just, we can chat about this, feel free. And we can chat it up. So Aaron asked, are they hosting the miners? So I just said, where will you guys be hosting the miners? Wanda, HNT has risen dramatically over the past year. $11 a year ago, all-time high was 33. Seemed like it could be feasible. Okay, thanks, Wanda. Nadia, I think it's a great idea. Also gives access to ones that aren't able to mine in their location, as it's saturated with miners already. Okay. Aaron, sorry, wife just got home from the hospital. Hey, brother, it's all good, brother. I appreciate you being here, man. And thank you for sharing that. Yeah. So one of the things that I like, Nadia, you hit this. Okay, so they say that the mining will be hosting in Turkey and Germany. Okay. So I guess the question now is, be personally. Yeah. So looks like the miners will be hosted in Turkey and Germany. Then I asked, who will be controlling that. Okay. And yes, Nadia, to your point, this what I liked about this is it's kind of like fractionalized real estate. Okay. So, real estate, either it takes a lot of know-how or it takes a lot of money to get access to real estate. And so what if there was a way that you could, contribute however much you could contribute and have a fraction of real estate? And so when I saw the miners, we were talking about hospitality token a couple of weeks ago. And so my mind was in fractionalized real estate. My buddy and I were talking about that last week when we had lunch together. But when I saw the miners, it was something very similar to that, where, it's like, okay, you could either, and they actually talk about this on the website, but you could either go out and figure out how to get a miner yourself and try to figure all that stuff out and set it all up, or you can invest a portion into getting the benefits of having a miner. And, there's some really cool, then my mind just started clicking and thinking of different ideas and like innovations and like, okay, how could this work in a different way? But no, I'm with you on the idea of, it allows you to potentially be able to get the benefits and rewards of a mining rig or operation without you necessarily having all the hassles or headache with it, or maybe even as a means of like an introduction into mining, without having all the hassles. Okay, Aaron said, I know from past experience that if you're pulling funds for a % of returns, the SEC considers that a security. DeFi may take that out of play, though. Yeah, that is definitely something interesting within this space, and within the crypto space, I think there's still a lot of thoughts around how is this actually going to play out. So that's a really good point, Aaron. I guess with in IRL, in real life, fractionalized real estate, I guess different government bodies would have their hands all over that. But yeah, I guess this is still the wild west where there's still laws and things being explored and implemented, and right now it could be working out great, where months from now it may not. And one of the things Mike had said about the Better Trading Club was something similar. From a legal perspective, right now everything looks good, but things could change, and things may look different months from now. So yeah, hey, thank you guys for your feedback on this. Like I said, I liked it. I was impressed. My wheels I was literally typing and asking questions last night, and I just stopped, and I was just staring at my computer screen. And my wife was like, what are you doing? Are you just thinking? And I was like, yeah, I was just trying to wrap my head around, how this all worked together, and like what would not work, Sleepy Guard, he had mentioned, he had brought up the point, well, what if people stop buying? Okay, really good question. He had said, what if people stop buying? And to that point, okay, what if they do? And it's just the miner that continues to spit off rewards. Is that a problem? I don't know. I don't even know if I know enough to know if that's a problem. You know what I mean? In my mind, as long as the miners keep buying and I keep holding, the gains would keep coming, in my mind, as simplistic as I break things down. And that's how I see it. So yeah, anybody else want to chime in or share any thoughts or questions on the topic, feel free. I thought this was a really interesting project, and I wanted to bring it up. I will mention that, so one of the downsides I see, their original V1 Telegram group, V1, V2 Telegram group had 7,000 members. The new one specifically for this project, SLRM, has 826 members. Okay. Here's my concern. Oh, let me open this in a different window. Let's see here. Just a minute, guys. Okay. Here's my concern. The pre-sale is already live. The pre-sale started yesterday. Okay. It started on the 18th. They have a hard cap of 700 BNB with a soft cap of 350. Okay, right now they are a little over halfway, under halfway rather, to hitting their soft cap. They still have a day and 3 hours left to hit the soft cap. I find that a little concerning because, like, where's their community? You know, the V1, V2 has 7,000 members in Telegram. This other token, you know, the SLRM has 800 members in Telegram. And it's like, okay, how come you're having a hard time raising these funds? Because, like, I'm really excited about this project. Like, yeah, let's do it. But, like, why aren't other people? Why isn't there community? The community that got a 17x, where are they? you know, if I get a 17x off a community and they're launching another project, you better believe I'm gonna be first in line, because, like, if they did it once, surely they could do it again. You know, that's how my mind works. Okay, so that was one of the concerns I had. Now, obviously, if they don't hit the soft cap, you know, they'll refund the funds. I kind of suspect a project like this. I suspect a project like this, if they did a fair launch, you know, one of the crazy FOMO, you know, things that we've seen with the fair launch through Pink Cell, if they're to do that, I think they'd have no problem hitting their 700 BNB. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So that's my biggest question mark with the project so far. I like projects that do some things different, have some innovation, trying something new, trying something different. This is the first time I've ever seen an operation like this. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But the biggest concern is, where is everybody? You know, maybe because, I mean, it's only a 2-day pre-sale. It's not like an eternity. But yeah, so that's the one question mark. And maybe they're not using marketing. You know, maybe they thought that they would just be able to get it all done in-house and with their existing community. I don't know. So that's one of my questions or concerns. So we got about 8 minutes left in the call today. Does anybody else want to chime in and, you know, add any thoughts or feedback to this project or any other projects?
Absolutely.
Hey, David.
Can I ask you a question, man? When is the next meeting? Because I just started posting on the calendar. So when is the next meeting for? I would like to be a vetter. Right now, I'm just a scout. I read through the whole program and watched the videos when I first signed up to be a member of the tribe.
Yeah.
But when I got on the Discord at the time that I got in, everything had changed about the group. We post on Vetter now. So I don't know if I have to apply to be a vetter or if I just be a scout and at some point I just turn into a vetter automatically. I don't really know how that works. Is there going to be a meeting describing all that?
Yeah, so there's actually that's actually been in the process of being finalized. And so the way that, and by the way, I think you'd be a great vetter.
Thanks,
just based on the conversations that you've contributed to and the question that you've asked and things like that, I think you'd be a fantastic scout and vetter both. Connect with me in Discord. Can you send me a message in Discord and I'll plug you into the channel? But it would be a simple process. You know, right now you could basically have the opportunity to be a trial vetter, and then after a series of vettings, you would then get to be a full-on vetter. So similar to how the Discord was run, certain number of posts in the beginning would allow you to have access, and then a certain number of posts to maintain would keep you. So it's in the process of being implemented for the platform. But yeah, if you send me a message in Discord, I will get you plugged into that channel, and you can see exactly what the steps are. Okay.
Sure thing, man. Let me get your what's your name on Discord?
I forget that I'm logged in as vetter and not my name.
Can we use Telegram instead?
What's that?
Can we use Telegram instead then?
Well, no. Well, we can, but the conversations on the conversation would be in Discord, like the groups.
Okay.
Yeah. The reason I say that, I miss a lot of messages in Telegram. I use it more so for research, and then all of a sudden 3 days go by and I see someone sent me a message 3 days ago and I feel horrible. In Discord, I see my messages right away.
I got you.
Yeah, but yeah, so I put my name in chat, and so you can just shoot me a message, and then I'll be able to get you plugged in. Okay.
Okay, so I would so which chat in the Discord are you speaking of?
So I sent in our Zoom chat, I sent you my name.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just in the Zoom chat here. And anybody else who, if you're interested in becoming a vetter, not a problem at all. Just the process would start off as you're a trial vetter, and after a series of vettings and getting any guidance that you would need, you would then get the access of a full on vetter. And so things are being worked out to definitely create an environment where scouts and vetters are producing great content that overall supports the community, and everybody wins. So just like David's like, hey, put me in the game, I'm ready to go. Yeah, that would be the process.
Question.
Yes.
Do you have to be active member of the Discord in order to learn how to be a vetter?
Yes. Now that is the one caveat to vetting is you do get to be a member of Discord. Okay. So
Okay.
that is the one thing, and that's just a means of communication and kind of like quality control. At this point in time, that's how it is. Now, as a scout, you can post as much as you want as a scout, and you don't have to be a part of the Discord. But for right now, to be a vetter, you do get to be part of the Discord. That's a good question.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for being here.
All right, man. I just sent you a message on Discord. I said, what's up to you?
Okay, perfect. I got it. I will get you plugged in. Okay.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, dude.
Absolutely. Yeah, and thanks for reaching out and raising your hand and wanting to get in the game. Like I always say, vetters a championship team, and championship teams have championship players in their roles. So this is a game about finding the right people and getting them in the right position, and everybody else benefits from that. So yeah, to get you plugged in, David, I think would be a huge asset to the community. I know there's others on the call that if you were saying the same thing, I'd be echoing the same thing I'm saying to David. Just based on your contributions, based on your consistency in being here, those things are important. The willingness to show up, the willingness to participate is a big deal. And if any of you ever have any questions about, oh, hey, I'd like to get into scouting, or hey, I'd like to get into vetting, yeah, definitely, shoot me a message and we'll get you plugged in and get you the right resources.
Yeah, man. Are we going to have a VTC club meeting today?
Yes, there will be one as soon as we wrap up this call.
Okay, and where will the link be at? This is my last one.
That's going to be in Discord. It will be under the announcements. Let me make sure. Let's see real quick. Yes, so if you go to updates under announcements, it will be there for the Vetter Trading Club call this evening. Okay, well, we're at the top of the hour.
Oh,
hi, yes.
One last question.
Yes, of course.
So I did my first scouting yesterday. It was
okay.
How will it how can I get it to the attention from vetters in order to be vetted?
Yes. Okay. How about?
Because I sent a message in the Telegram group, but there is so much talk that it goes gone really quickly, right?
Yes, for sure. Can you send the link? Can you send the link in chat right now?
Yeah.
In the Zoom chat, if you just drop your vetter link in the Zoom chat, and then a handful of us can grab it, that would be the quickest way.
Here in the Zoom. Okay.
Yes, in the Zoom chat, and that way people who are on right now, we're all hearing it right now. We'd be able to grab it and take a look at it. Hey, congratulations on posting your first project. That's great.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Okay, let me grab it. Let's see.
Hey, Sharon. Yeah, Sharon asks, is Vetter Trading Club open to anyone who's part of the Discord? So to be the original requirements for Better Trading Club were all-star bettors, and but really the biggest part of okay, sorry, I got distracted. The biggest part of being a part of the Better Trading Club is massive contribution. Okay, so if you want to contribute by scouting projects, by adding projects to the dump truck, that is the most important thing. And so you know, definitely chime in on the Better Trading Club call this evening. You know, chime in conversations, chime in on projects that you're looking at. Contribution is hands down the biggest part of being a part of the Better Trading Club, okay? So I see the project was posted penny token. I actually was looking at this project yesterday, and I know Sleepy Guard was
okay.
as well. So good news, you do have some eyeballs on the project, and
Okay,
there's a handful of
that's
us
good.
talking about it, okay?
That's good, because
Awesome.
it does feel like something interesting.
Yeah, and you did a great scouting as well. I saw that and I was really impressed. I actually talked about the project on the Better Trading Club call last night. So congratulations.
Oh, nice. I feel honored.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
They do have something that is attached to it, but it's on Harmony One network. And I was like, there is no way to share Harmony One, but it is on top of the Ethereum. And then somebody else warned me, like, you have to be careful when they're on top of another network. But I'm not completely understanding that yet. So
Okay, I'm not fully understanding that either.
Yes.
But I can take a look at it. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank
All right,
you.
awesome. Hey, thanks for, again, congratulations on your first scouting, and thanks for being a part of the community. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, well, with that, we're at the top of the hour. Just a reminder that the Telegram, in our large Telegram group, we're hosting Bit Rivals. We're doing AMA with them right now, so you can hop over there. As soon as this call is wrapped up, we're actually going to hop on to a Better Trading Club call. So, you know, pick whichever one you want to be a part of. But with that, like my mentor always says, life can be short. So for those that you care and love, let them know you care and love them. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of the community. And we will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a good evening, and bye for now.